Hey, Jonathan, how's it going?
It's going okay.
Well, do you want to talk about it?
I don't know.
Hold on, my phone's ringing.
Oh.
Oh, it's the DA, the district attorney.
Oh.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
This is a personal call, you idiots. Thanks to your little stunt in the forensic lab, you set the county back countless hours of research, and you're both on probation. Also, your next case is called Butt Boy. I want it on my desk in pristine order in 24 hours, or so help me.
Let's give it to
I
him.
will have you writing parking tickets for suburban...
Yeah, so I guess we are looking up, what did he say? The
It's
cold
called
case file?
Butt Boy.
What, are we supposed to go down to the archives to get that?
Dude, no. Hang on. Give me a second.
Okay, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Are you going down to the archive?
No, I got it right in my nifty, hifty, tifty filing cabinet.
Oh,
So give me 1 minute.
glad you were prepared.
Let me see here. But, man, nope, not close. Anal adult.
Wait a minute, what's that under your chair? It's right there.
This?
No, what are you sitting on?
Oh, yeah. Butt Boy.
Is that a cold case
Oh,
file?
actually, Jared, I wanted to ask.
Yeah, of course. You can ask me anything. As your partner,
Thank you.
I feel like we
Have you
should
seen my
share.
service revolver anywhere?
Nowhere
at all?
Nope.
Nothing.
No.
Because I left it on the desk.
Yep.
Yesterday. Now it's gone.
I don't know where it could be.
Now it's been my revolver, my stapler, and my Rolodex. All gone.
I think it's just a coincidence.
I think somebody in the bomb squad's playing a little pranky on me.
You think so?
I think those guys know what's up. Anyway, so we got to do this case for the DA's office.
Yeah.
I thought DA was a dominatrix.
That is way more appealing
It is.
than the district attorney. All right, so we got Butt Boy. Let me see this. Here we go. Came out in 2020, rated R. Do you have a budget on it?
No.
I got it. $150,000 they made this movie
Why
for.
did you do that, Jared?
I just wanted to see what you had.
Did you tried to make me look stupid, Jared?
I just wanted to see if you had this information because there's this part of my probationary period or sentence. I have to be more aware of mansplaining.
Okay.
And are you familiar with that is?
No, can you explain it to me?
It's when a man explains something to another man that other man already knows.
Okay.
Because they appreciate intelligence between the two of them.
That's cool.
All right. Incident report. I believe you can handle that. Go ahead and read it.
I can. Incident report. A recovering alcoholic detective suspects his AA sponsor of murdering a missing child and disposing of the bodies up his rectum. Question, Jared.
Yeah.
What is a rectum?
That would be...
Every time I see you coming out of the shower at the precinct,
Right.
my penis becomes a rectum. Is that what that is?
No. A rectum is near Uranus.
It's near Uranus.
Yeah.
So it's a planet.
Yeah.
Or a star. Some
right.
type of small moon.
It's also a sphincter.
Coolio.
Okay,
Cool.
so yeah, incident report.
It's about a guy shoving objects and then people up his asshole. Also, the detective happens to be an alcoholic, and the man shoving children up his ass is his sponsor. Small world.
Interesting. I wonder why the district attorney wants us to solve this case.
He has an anal fetish.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Usual suspects. Let me pull this out here. Okay, so good job. Producers. William Maureen and Ryan Koch. All right, so it looks like William Maureen is also the cinematographer on this movie, and Ryan Koch is the composer. Okay, I like this.
Interesting.
They're essentially putting their money into their own projects.
Yes.
Looks like there's some interesting details here. It was a 35-day back-to-back production shoot, and it took exactly 365 days, which is 1 year.
Prove it.
True, to edit this movie.
I feel bad then for the editor.
Really?
Did he just have like another job that he had to keep doing?
Could be. Another interesting fact here about the production. We got an oil investor offered the producers, or the filmmakers, $300,000, which is double their original budget, if they made just a raunchy comedy, but they declined to play it straight.
So were the oil barons offering the money to make it a funny comedy with the same script of Butt Boy, or were they giving him a different option to make a raunchy comedy?
No, it was to make Butt Boy a raunchy comedy.
Oh, okay.
To lay into the comedy, I guess,
okay.
instead of playing it straight.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I always played straight around the precinct.
The script was written with the budget and the location in mind, and there were no permits for any of the outdoor scenes.
That's called guerrilla filming.
And the police were repeatedly called, and they kicked these filmmakers out of the locations, especially the train scene in particular. Except for the laser tag scene, which was actual laser tag company in Glendale, California, that offered them a discount to shoot there as long as they promoted their company on the production's Instagram page.
Stupid idiots. They should have basically do a small commercial.
Do you really want Jungle Zone to be associated with a movie called Butt Boy?
Yes.
Because I think that's primarily the issue with product placement or logos featured in a guerrilla filmmaking. Yep. Distributors. The film was a big hit. Fantastic Film Festival in Austin, Texas. It premiered to 4 sold-out screenings, which caught the attention of Epic Pictures Group that bought the film and gave the producers a small percentage of sales.
Okay.
Patrick Ewald, the CEO of Epic Pictures Group, described the film as a fresh, inventive, and fearless story and is the kind of film our company can get behind.
Oh, I see what you did. That's funny.
Other films distributed by Epic Pictures Group is called Satanic Hispanics, Slapface, and The Baddest Bad Boy.
Boy, sounds
Have
like
you heard
a lot
of any of those
I
movies?
actually have heard of Slapface. I believe that is a movie on Shudder. If you like horror films, get a subscription for Shudder. We catch flicks like Mulch. That's it.
That closes the case file on Usual Suspects.
Damn it! We've gone through all that paperwork and still we have nothing, Jared. The DA isn't going to be happy with this.
Well, Prime Suspects.
Let's
'cause
talk about the director.
I think it's the same guy as the writer.
Doubt it.
Who's the
director is Tyler
I
Cornack.
gotta stop you right there.
Yeah.
Same writer.
Oh, really? Well, check this out. Director Tyler Cornack. He played Chip Gutchell in a movie called Butt Boy.
You mean the movie that he directed?
Yes.
So hold on, you're dealing with a writer, director, and lead star?
Yeah, that is definitely not uncommon on low budget productions. Back when I was a prostitute, I would also be my own pimp because I just didn't have the money to do both. But I digress.
Okay. Tell me more about the director, Tyler Cornack.
Okay, well, Tyler Cornack, after doing a deep dive, is famous for
Now,
directing
when you
and
say
starring in
deep
Butt
dive,
Boy.
like, what do you do?
I go on to the big cell phone I have at my house on my desk.
Yeah.
And then on there, I type in Butt Boy.
Right.
6 minutes later, there's
Is that a very interesting
There's
Google search?
FBI agents outside my house.
Okay.
That's what I got on Tyler Cornack.
Do you have anything else he directed?
Did I mention the Butt Boy thing?
Yes, he did.
I think I'm all out of it there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at what I have here as the Tyler Cornack as a writer. Profile on him. Well, he bounced around a bit and pursued music in Boston, advertising school in Miami, and then landed in an LA film school. He says, I moved out west with no friends to a very crappy apartment where I got my degree in film. I had very mixed feelings about film school. I don't know if it's entirely necessary, but I also met many people that I love working with still to this day.
That's some pretty good information, Jared.
Now, later on, in 2016, he wrote a movie called The Pocketeers. I have that right here.
Wow, you already have the Pocketeers set up, huh?
See, what you gotta realize is being a thief, it ain't easy.
This looks good. This looks enjoyable, and this looks better than Butt Boy.
My name's Tony Tucanelli, and I pick pockets.
This is called The
for bread.
Pocketeers?
Yep.
This looks great. Oh, baby. It looks like they digress with Butt Boy. That looks so good. Have you seen Man Bites Dog?
No, I
I'm
haven't.
telling you about it for years.
So you're right.
About what?
Not having seen Man Bites Dog.
Yes, I am.
Sorry, I don't even know what it was. Okay, so anyway, Tiny Cinema is some sort of series that goes from 2016 to 2018, and he wrote 84 episodes.
That's a lot of episodes.
So-
I'm assuming he runs that.
Right.
Yeah.
And Butt Boy was based off of one of those episodes.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I get that.
Tiny Cinema,
Yeah,
that became a feature film in 2022.
all 84 episodes. became a
I believe
feature
it
film?
became an anthology.
Oh, okay,
So
cool. Yeah, yep.
here it is right here.
I want to tell you 6 stories.
Ooh, that's a good shot.
That looked like a scene from Pocketeers.
Yeah, that shot looked good though. These shots look good.
It's the kind of place that's going to make you feel uncomfortable.
I'm assuming Tiny Cinema, and this is just a guess, had a bigger budget than Butt Boy did.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were essentially making Butt Boy guerrilla film style within 35 days.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
In an interview, Tyler Cornack just basically says, we took any filmmaker who would show up to our production that day, basically
Use
try to
them.
shoot the scene.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that shows then.
So
That makes sense.
apparently that's all he did.
Thank you for sharing that.
Film
Jared.
school taught him how to social network and find other filmmakers who he's still working with today.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the editor?
Let's get into Austin Lewis. And now to get this information, I had to grease some bottoms. He is known for editing Butt Boy. But he also is known for portraying Rich Mitchum in a little movie called Butt Boy.
Is he involved in Tiny Cinema at all?
Why not?
Did he edit that one? Because I just
Let's
want to
give him.
figure out.
Let's give him that. Let's give Austin Lewis Tiny Cinema and The Shining.
The
He did-
Shining.
Sure, why not? Let's give him both of those.
Well, we can't do that.
Oh, okay.
He most certainly did not edit The Shining.
You looked it up?
No.
Okay, so we're just gonna put a
Well,
little pin in
okay,
that.
okay.
A little asterisk next to his name.
Sure.
Austin Lewis may or may not have done The Shining, but definitely did Butt Boy and Tiny Cinema.
Yeah, I just want to see which one of these filmmakers have worked together with Tyler Cornack before.
Yes, and I do believe the word on the street is the writer and the director of Butt Boy were in a relationship prior to the making of this film.
We're going to put a pin in that.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to open up the file for the cinematographer. We got William Maureen. Now, also, he's wearing two hats in this situation because he is the producer as
You
well.
even put two hats on your head. That's incredible.
It's a figure of speech. When you say you're wearing two hats, it means you're doing two jobs that should be done by two other people.
Oh, so back when I was on the street and I was a prostitute,
Right.
I was wearing two hats.
You're a pimp prostitute wearing two hats.
Wow.
You were literally wearing two hats.
I was, yes.
Something else I realized about William Maureen, sometimes he goes by Bill Maureen.
Are you allowed to do that?
And every time I looked up Bill Maureen, it was a billionaire guy. And
What?
he might be the same person.
A billionaire.
There was another quote from Tyler Cornack said that he owes most of his success in filmmaking to Bill Maureen.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Cool. Tell us more. What is Bill Maureen known for?
Other than Butt Boy,
Yes.
which he was a cinematographer on,
Yes.
he only had done 8 episodes of Tiny Cinema.
Ah.
And the movie anthology of Tiny,
Tiny
Cinema,
Cinema.
in 2022.
Interesting. I'm gonna go back to it. Pocketeers actually looked entertaining, and it looked like a nice watch.
We got free time tonight?
I do not.
Oh.
Oh, uncuff me. Don't solve that.
Now you gotta wait at least 5 hours.
Do you know where my ashtray
before you
went?
can get that key again. What ashtray?
I had an ashtray on this desk, next to my Rolodesk, next to my stapler, next to my revolver.
On this desk?
Yeah.
Your left or right?
It was to my right. Do you have any idea where that might have gone?
Nope. If something winds up missing, why am I the first one?
I just know you're super anal about things.
Is this chair uncomfortable to you?
No, it feels
'Cause I
great
feel
for
like
me.
whenever I sit down, I'm very uncomfortable.
I don't know.
Gosh. That's all I got on the cinematographer, Bill or William Maureen.
Interesting.
I want to talk about the composer because he's the other producer on this movie.
Get the hell out of here.
And his name is Ryan Koch.
Okay.
And turns out Tyler Cornack and Ryan Koch wrote and recorded a film score on Logic Software while writing the screenplay.
What is that?
Logic Software is a digital audio workstation.
It's nice that they put this all together like that.
Here's another quote from Tyler Cornack. He said, "One of my odd jobs was running around a music school here in LA. It was a very shady business, but allowed the freedoms of downtime for creative thinking."
That's good. Good for him.
The guy who got him the job was Ryan Koch. And he said that they would laugh together about the shadiness of the company that they were fully in charge of. And through that came Tiny Cinema, a comedy group we started together. Okay. You want to watch this movie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go downstairs and just go and get the...
Okay. Hey, oh, look at that, Jared.
What?
My revolver's on the floor, right next to your foot. Watch out. Let me grab. Oh, god damn it. It's that cleaning lady, dude. Because I know she snacks on those Hershey bars.
She does.
All over my
Yeah,
gun.
Leah,
But you know what?
sorry.
I don't care because I love Hershey, so I'm just gonna.
Hey, also there's a... Hold on a second. Is
Oh, my ashtray.
this your ashtray?
And look, chocolate.
Hold on a
all over it.
second.
Give me. Hang on. Mwah. Oh, my fingers.
Is this also your stapler?
Was this all under your chair?
No,
What
I
is
just
she
like
doing?
stood up and I can see it all over the floor.
Let me.
Can you do me a favor? I'm gonna sit back down.
Yeah.
I'm a little exhausted from
Yep, yep,
having to pick up all your stuff.
Yeah.
Can you just go downstairs and go get the projector?
Give me a second.
We should probably just leave it up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
now
go get
thinking
it.
about Okay. Okay, good. I got a second before he gets out of there. Before he comes back. I gotta get this out. Oh, this projector is so pointy. Okay. Let me set this up here real quick. Okay.
Hey.
Whoa,
there was
you got back real fast.
Yeah, there's no projector. Was this here the whole time?
Yeah. The
Man,
projector.
I am as blind as
I'm
a bat.
sorry I made you go down there
No,
and
it's
go get
okay.
it. I just assumed,
No,
you know.
Jared, I got something to tell you.
What?
Every time I go down to get the projector from Deborah, we make love.
I had no idea.
And this time I go down there and she goes, "Oh my God, your breath smells like," which
You
sucked
need to-
because I
you
went
need to
down
brush
there
your teeth.
and my dick was a rectum. It broke my heart.
Hey, wait. Is this your toothbrush on the ground?
Ah, there it is.
Jonathan, you really need
Give me
to like
that.
brush your
Yeah,
teeth.
thank
Here,
you.
hold on a second. Looks like the cleaning lady left some of her chocolate around
Hang
here.
on,
again.
I'll
It's
give you
been
that.
a-
I'll get it.
I mean, it's
You got
all
some on your
melted.
hands. You should just clean it off like I did. Here, I'll get it. Come here.
Sure.
Okay. There you go.
All right, let's just pop it on.
So what do you do?
Detective.
You look like every detective ever.
You know, because I just feel sometimes I have a lot in common with the filmmakers because
Yes.
they've been wanting to do a movie for a long time. You can
Yes.
see it, and they like are guerrilla filmmakers.
Yeah.
They don't get permits. They just run out. They get an idea and they want to shoot it.
Right.
That's the only thing I have in common with this
Right.
whole project.
That is the only thing you have in common.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing else.
No.
Okay.
But I did want to address too
Wait.
on this situation.
You wanted a dress?
I wanted to address.
Oh.
Like I wanted.
I
okay.
never wanted a dress either. I like
when I
pants
say-
like normal guys.
Yeah, when I say I want to address something, it just
too.
means I want to point it out.
I hate dresses.
Sure.
I can't even fit in them. But
Okay.
I don't know if I can because I've never even tried them on. So I don't even know if I can fit in a dress.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right, and I assume you got some information on the Patsies.
You
there?
know I do. I love back in the day when I joined the force in September, you could beat a patsy on the street and have a confession on Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now because of the new DA, you can't even walk around with a billy club no more. Okay, so here's what I got on the patsies. I have Tyler Cornack. He played Chip in Butt Boy, the guy who was shoving things up his ass.
Interesting.
And he's also known for directing the movie Butt Boy. I also have Tyler Rice, the detective in Butt Boy. I personally thought his performance was like a Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I just feel like he watched Goodfellas. Also, we have Austin Lewis, who is known for playing Rich Richum. And he also edited a movie called, let me see here, Butt Boy. We also have Brad Potts. He played Chief John Lazara. It's not that he played it the straightest. Everyone played it straight, but he's the best actor on set. And I'm surprised he's not in bigger movies. I thought he was a good actor in the movie Butt Boy.
The budget of $150,000.
Yeah.
And also playing it straight was the right idea.
Right.
So do I think that they should have took the offer and made a $300,000 raunchy comedy? No.
No.
I think this really helped them stand above the shoulders of independent cinema.
Let me ask you this. Take away he's shoving things up his ass. Is the movie still as good as you think? And he's just killing people.
No.
Interesting. So it's getting extra points for shoving things up its ass.
So obviously we have a varied opinion
I
here.
think the movie was done basically on a skeleton crew, and it's like, yeah, that is interesting, and you want to like see the documentary of how the movie was made. 'Cause that's cool.
Exactly.
It's like we're doing this quick and dirty, and if somebody told me that before I watched the movie, I'd have more appreciation when watching it. But I didn't know that when I watched the movie, and all I heard was all this buzz going around town of butt boy, butt boy, butt boy. So I'm like, oh boy, it must be something. Then I watch it and I go, is it a fun idea? Of course, shoving up your ass has always been a pastime for everybody in this precinct. But I don't know. The pacing for me, I thought there was definitely parts where it lulled. And I don't think we would have finished this movie if it wasn't about shoving up your ass.
Okay.
Let's rock and roll.
So yeah, so right off the bat, you're thinking more of a mediocre independent movie,
Yes.
and I'm like, this is a more on the upper scale of an independent movie.
Yes. Okay.
And again, it's a budget of $150,000.
No, it's what they put together on $150,000 in some 30 odd days, right? That's how many days it was?
Yeah,
Like
35.
35 days is absolutely impressive.
very.
That gives me an erectum right now, baby.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep, yeah, you do. I confirmed.
It's cold in here.
The execution obviously needs some work because I do have some questions when we walk through it.
Right. Let's do it.
All right, we're in. Suburban married father who is a schlub of a man. Does his wife cheat on him?
Yeah, she's cheating.
And she's not hiding it, really. She's kind of obvious about it.
You think?
But he's just so schlubby that he's not really thinking about, hey, this is what I want to do, because he's
Right.
also got his mind on other things.
Well, he just seemed like the modern male. He's just completely depressed. His life isn't.
Well,
He's
question,
just like, what's the point of my
during
life?
this movie, do you think he already had the inclination to shove things up his butt?
I think so. This whole thing is Chip basically being a serial killer, but instead of being
So
a
it-
serial killer, he shoved things up his
So
ass.
it wasn't unlocked when he went in to go see the proctologist, right? And that didn't unlock the fetish.
I don't think it did,
Or the
but that
compulsion.
scene was just so nasty and raw. I was just like, turn around. And then he just slams him on the table. That was I love the way they did that.
That's probably why he wasn't being fulfilled by his marriage, obviously. Chip said he got her pregnant and then just became a dad. It's not really what he wanted.
Right. Well, I wouldn't call it love. They're having intercourse, Chip and his
yes.
wife.
Okay.
And Whose fault is that intercourse? You know, did Chip just climb on top of her like some type of wild boar in the
Hold on,
Texas
why do you
wilderness?
say whose fault is it when intercourse is being...
I'm saying whose fault
hold on,
is
Jonathan.
it?
Wait. I want to ask you, I want to unpack this.
Yeah.
Why do you say whose fault is it that a married couple is having sex?
Sex is punishment.
I think what you want to say is who initiated sex.
No, what I want to say is whose fault is it that sex is dry toast?
Right.
Just like, and then she's just sitting there like a dead fish. And it's just like, who has to take the initiative to make this lovemaking sexy? Realistically now, to be on the wife's side, okay, to play devil's advocate, he was kind of like, this sex is a little bit dull. Do you mind putting a finger up my ass? And she was like, I'm not going to do that. And the thing is, you can't just go full force, put a finger up my ass. Trust me, I know, because you need to build up to that. You need to like build up the sexy time. Now, listen, guys, this is coming from a full-on virgin.
Hold
right?
on.
Everything I know is from a porn.
Are you referring to foreplay?
What?
Okay, so foreplay is just sort of like to warm up the food a little bit before you indulge.
Are you telling me right now that you've had sex with food?
Oh, no.
Because I've eaten dinner at your house several times. And I always thought this is too salty.
So here comes Chip's fetish.
Yes.
Placing things in his rectum, such as small items around the house.
Soap. Which, you know what? When you think about it, I bet anybody that has an anal fetish starts with soap.
Starts in the shower.
Shower's closed.
Okay.
Nobody's going to come in and bother you.
Right.
Soap is pliable. Even though he didn't shape that soap. He just shoved a whole square up his ass.
Yep.
A whole bar of soap.
Okay. I think you get too into these case files.
I do.
You just
I've
need to
become
research and then, see, here we go. Like a wise man learns from others' mistakes.
Right.
I forgot how the saying goes.
You
I'm sure
fish,
it's
you teach a man to fish,
Uh-huh.
and he'll drown his wife. Here's the thing, folks. Just like Robert De Niro, because he's a method actor. I'm a method detective.
Sure.
So when I'm reading a case about some sadistic son of a bitch that loves to shove things up his ass, I go there.
Okay, well, we're going to agree to disagree on that.
Okay.
All right. This escalated.
Let me show you.
Oh,
Give
no,
me
no.
one second. Let me grab a bar
I
of soap.
don't need to see it. Okay, you can pull your pants back up.
All right.
All right, but this escalated, of course. So it started with a bar of soap, and then it went to small items around the house. And then the family dog. And the
Rolling
only
pins.
other time that anything rolled across our desk with something alive being shoved up someone's rectum was the Richard Gere fiasco with a live gerbil.
That's right.
Well, it's going to go ahead and move on.
And we have that live gerbil in a cage right over there in our office. His name's Little Peanut.
And this all culminates
Yes.
to an infant in a park.
Serial killers start with animals, and then he finally moved up to the big game.
All of this has caused him to be overwhelmed and consumed with guilt and shame, and he tries to commit suicide by hanging himself in his garage.
Yes, shoving things up his ass to Chip. I'm pretty sure he thinks he killed them. They are dead.
Yeah.
You know? So now he can't handle it. So he tries to kill himself for taking a baby's life.
And as a viewer, you don't really see him doing any of this. You see him like motion towards the object.
It's like sex in a PG-13 movie.
Exactly.
You know?
And then cut to title card 9 years later.
9 years later.
We are introduced to Detective Fox as he
Yes.
attends an AA meeting. That's Alcoholics Anonymous.
Chip is there.
He's the sponsor.
Pretending to be an alcoholic.
Yep.
But really he's there for shoving things up his ass. But that's how he gets his therapy. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
When we first were introduced to the AA meeting with Detective Fox, I thought all those people were in Chip's ass. So when he like goes up there, he's like, "How you doing? Welcome." I thought it was so funny because I'm like, oh my God, for 9 years, Chip has just been going through people. This is everything we're seeing with Detective Fox and Chip has already happened. Oh, you know, I thought it was cool, but that's not the
interesting.
case.
Yeah.
We do see his asshole later.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to ask you, how many people do you think go to AA to help them with their taboo addiction?
Tons, because there's a lot of people out there that are embarrassed about certain things. You know, like if somebody were to go to McDonald's and get ketchup packets and then squeeze all the ketchup out and save their semen in there, and that's a weird thing that they do, and they want to stop that. I'm gonna have to cut this short because I do have an AA meeting later tonight.
But I think that also helps develop a skill to get semen inside of a ketchup packet.
So you think maybe somebody who did do that doesn't need help?
Well, I agree with you. I think a lot of people do go to AA meetings. I've never been to one, so I assume that they're just not necessarily talking about alcohol and the effects that it has on you.
Yeah.
It's also talking about just being addicted to something.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I learned here the diner scene. Now, this is a quote from Tyler Konak. The diner scene is a direct homage to Heat starring De Niro and Pacino. Yes, the detective was modeled after a Scorsese character.
120%. The hot sauce, he's like, I love hot sauce. Kept using hot. I said, hey, guys, as your sponsor should probably tell you to stop. He's like, seriously, stop. That was good.
Which is also foreshadowing,
yes.
too.
Chekhov's hot sauce. That was great.
Oh, what'd you think of the office manager, Rick Mitchum, played by Austin Lewis?
Loved it. That is kind of tricky to pull off because he somehow played it straight, but he still had that energy as that character. How is he doing the clap? Like, my name is Rich. Yeah. Like, that's hard to do and not try to be over the top goofy comedy, and I thought he nailed that.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. He had a really fun nuance to his performance.
Yeah, very cool.
So Chip relapses after 9 years.
Yep.
Did he relapse with the Sorry game piece?
Is that what it was? What made him want to relapse?
It looked like, well, obviously the Sorry game piece looked like a butt plug.
Yeah, but did something happen else that made him want to do that? Or was it just like he just got horny?
I think it was just the view of it.
That happens, okay.
And then, ironically enough, the game piece was called Sorry which caused him to relapse. Also, foreshadowing to him, he's very shameful of this.
Oh, yeah,
impulsion.
no, he hates what he does.
Yeah.
But he also loves it. He comes every time.
And it was so funny, too, because he's the writer, director of this movie.
Yeah.
And he starred in it.
Yes.
Usually, you want to write something that's a little bit more flattering for yourself.
No way. He nailed it, and he knew what he was making, you know?
Yeah.
Right? And imagine getting somebody from Juilliard. You know, okay, Darren, now you're going to take the remote and shove it up your ass. And he goes, I went to Juilliard. It's like, great.
He'll never do it.
Now shove the remote up your ass and make a cum noise so we can move on. It's like, I didn't move to Hollywood for this. And it's like, okay, buddy. You know, so good thing he did it.
The office party scene where Chip abducts one of his co-workers' children.
Yes, it was bring your kids to work day. There's a bunch of kids in the office space, and one Asian boy decides to hide under Chip's desk. I think it was a slow zoom in, the music, and you're just like, oh my God.
So Detective Fox comes in and starts investigating the missing child at the office party.
Yep.
And this is when he finds out that Chip is the sole IT employee who had access to the security footage.
Yes, because the security footage was wiped.
And where did Chip put the security footage?
Chip put it on a floppy disk.
But watching that, did we really get the idea that Chip wanted to get rid of the floppy disk?
Yeah.
Or was he having compulsion to keep it as a trophy?
No, I think it's kind of like when a serial killer eats a bit of their victim.
Ah.
Right. It's like, oh, this is with me forever. So he has it. Let's just say it's nature's pocket. I hide everything in my ass.
All right. Let's see. What makes Detective Fox believe Chip, his AA sponsor, is shoving people up his butt?
Well, he finds a little piece of a peanut covered in shit underneath Chip's desk at Chip's workspace. So that is just interesting to Detective Fox. No one's going to assume somebody shoved a kid up their ass just because they find a covered peanut.
So at that point, he does go and talk to his captain and says, I think that my AA sponsor is getting stronger the more things he shoves up his butt.
Yeah, well, he follows Chip that one night, and Chip has a stray cat, I think.
Oh.
And he chases him down a alleyway. Detective Fox finds the kitty carrier, and next to it, a piece of shit. That's what makes him go, something's going on with this guy's asshole.
So he's finding like feces. On the objects that he knew was missing.
Right.
Maybe like...
Yeah, near them. Yeah.
Yep. So not pieces of chocolate, right?
I don't think so.
How would he know the difference? Why would he just think it's chocolate and not feces?
I don't know. That was really interesting because if I found peanut and I'm like, is that or chocolate? I love chocolate so much, I'd risk it.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes chocolate has peanuts in it.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Doesn't bother me.
All right. A couple more things I just wanted to go over, and I think we might be able to solve this case.
Whoa.
Aha. Okay. Detective Fox joins Chip and his wife for dinner at their home. So after dinner, Detective Fox needs to go to the bathroom.
So how weird was that? Hey, man, thanks for dinner. Yep, have a good one. I am now outside of your house. I turn around and basically tell you, hey, can I use your bathroom? It's like, dude, you already left the house. You can't do that.
Well, do you think Detective Fox obviously was suspecting?
No, he wasn't. And Chip's like, actually, don't use that bathroom. Actually, get out of the bathroom. Come on, open it. And that scene was funny.
And so he started searching the whole bathroom for something that maybe Chip really wanted him not to find.
Yes.
With the floppy disk.
Yeah.
And Detective Fox found out just how powerful Chip's rectum has become.
Chip doesn't just necessarily shove things up his asshole. He sucks them in with almost like a D-list Marvel character, and his ability is to suck things up his asshole. Did you see that coming? A vortex of suction into his ass?
No,
Yeah,
but I
neither
felt
did
like
I.
this is when the turn really took place for me in the movie.
Yeah.
And you realize that you're almost into some sort of a surreal telling of a story.
Him
of a
shoving a
narrative.
dog up his ass wasn't fairy tale enough for you?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because the way that he would always approach these objects or these items,
Yeah.
it was always implied what he was doing
So we don't know
or
exactly.
how he's doing.
Right, we don't know for
Because
sure.
obviously your mind would be like, okay, maybe he's
Right.
dismembering these items,
Right.
making them into smaller items, and then disposing of the bodies this way.
Okay, yeah.
And then maybe
then we get it like, oh no, he's sucking things up his asshole.
right.
What a turn.
Like-
yeah. So Detective Fox gets away, and then he goes and sees his sergeant, which is Brad Potts, and he lays it out to him. This is exactly what's happening, Chief. I had the proof, but he sucked it out of my hand in his asshole. And the chief's just like, you're insane and you're fired. So they let him
You're off
go.
the case.
Yeah, he's off the case. Well, Detective Fox sneaks back into the precinct and finds the papers, and he sees that Chip was one of the people that was investigated or at least talked to at the time his child disappeared 9 years ago. And then Detective Fox connects the dots and goes, wait a minute, this guy probably took my child, considering an Asian boy 9 years later now goes missing and he's still involved. That's not a coincidence. My kid's up his ass. And he confronts him at the laser tag.
And then Detective Fox gets sucked
He gets sucked.
up Chip's ass.
I wouldn't. Well, Jared, relax.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
his bottom,
Sure.
if you will.
Sorry.
Either or. And for me, this is when the movie started up again. I was like,
Is this
up,
when you got
down.
sucked in?
That is when I got sucked.
That's
in.
when you got.
So now we're in there with Detective Fox inside Chip's carnivore. It's basically a cave.
The interior of Chip's anus was actually the infamous Bronson Bat Caves. Yep, basically you're in a very surreal,
It's an asshole. It's the rabbit hole.
and he
But it's a man's
finds out
butthole.
all the items and missing children
Yep.
walking
and
around.
finds his son, which you said, oh, the son is the butt boy because he grew up in a butt. Now, question to you.
Yeah.
The Asian boy, butt boy, and Detective Fox, were they eating human inside that cave that looked like brownies?
Yeah.
Or did Chip shove a tray of brownies up his ass?
I'm gonna split the difference. Detective Fox discovers how to free all of Chip's anus items and victims.
Right.
All right, but let's just jump right ahead there. Okay, so Detective Fox gets the flammable Chekhov's hot sauce.
No, it's not that it's flammable. But the methane in your asshole is. Like when you fart, you could light
Right.
a fart.
Okay.
Right. So what he did was he poured all that hot sauce in there, and then he lit his Zippo lighter, and
Which causes Chip to blow up
Yeah.
during an award ceremony
Yep.
because, just to backtrack a little bit,
Yeah, it's basically Chip's a hero for fighting off Detective Fox
And
when
the
he was
laser
shooting
tag,
up
yeah.
the laser tag place. I knew Chip was going to explode the second Detective Fox went in his asshole. I was like, Chip's gonna just explode.
and then Detective Fox, along with his butt boy,
Yep.
including the red disc containing the evidence that will incriminate
Yes.
Chip and exonerate himself to his captain. That's the movie.
That was awesome.
So what are your feelings about it now?
I think obviously, like, just imagine this movie as a high budget blockbuster. Oh, we're giving you a $200 million to make Butt Boy. We got Robert De Niro himself as Detective Fox, played exactly the same way. I would just be like, it's one of the best movies ever.
I agree.
That'd be but no studio will make that because they're all.
All right, let's get into box office. Let me pull this file out here.
Yeah,
It's a
get that
very
file.
small one, obviously, because it came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Tim League is the founder of the Fantastic Fest. It's so hard to say. Where the film premiered, and Tim loved the film so much that he offered a theatrical release through his Alamo Drafthouse cinema chain across the country.
Oh.
However, due to the pandemic, the deal fell through.
Yeah, I think Alamo, most of their theaters closed down and now they're Majestic.
All right, that's all we got there.
Cool.
Deductions.
Yes.
Key to the city.
Didn't have a big role, but I'm going to have to give it to Brad Potts as Chief John Lazara. I personally think, even though he had the smallest role in the movie, he was the best actor.
I have a couple different ones.
Okay.
I have Kai Henderson as Andrew Lee. When Detective Fox came in, Andrew Lee taught him the ropes.
Yeah. The Asian boy.
Yes.
He did good. Yeah.
For the little screen time he had, I believed he had been trapped in a man's asshole for several months. Also, Sam Landers as the laser tag employee.
He was fun, but I mean,
His
come on.
candor was spot on for someone who can command unruly kids with an iron fist.
True. Yeah, you do.
So I would give the key to the city to Kai Anderson, and I would give it to Sam Landers.
Okay, well, I'm just going to disagree with you there.
All right.
We're going to give it to goddamn Brad Potts.
Okay. Fall Guy. Who do you have?
The worst actor of the movie?
Yep.
Can you just make up a name? Can we just come up with a name to put it on the paperwork?
Yeah. Let's say Shelby Dash as Ann Gutcho. Let's put that on there.
You made that up?
Yeah.
That's nobody's real name?
yeah.
Okay. I'm good with it then. Perfect.
If it was a real person
Yeah.
who played Chip's wife in the movie,
Uh-huh.
I would say her performance was all over the place. I never knew what motivated her.
Oh.
So did she actually play a spot on impression of a female?
But the name is made up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
You can put it on there then.
Flashback. Best scene of the movie was when Detective Fox was looking through his rearview mirror and seeing Chip's butt just sucking in.
I really enjoyed the music scene where he's in his blue robe, he puts on a record, and he's just surrounded by items to shove up his ass. And then he starts with like a sneaker. And you're just like, oh, my dirty sneakers I've had for 8 years. But yeah, that was my favorite scene in the movie.
All right, worst scene.
Oh, golly. There was a lot we didn't need, to be honest.
Really?
For me, I think the red herring is the dinner scene between Chip, his wife, and Detective Fox.
Okay. Chip's wife, the fall guy, I believe she was Ann Gutschel.
That's just the
played
name you
by
made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's say if I did make it up, it was played by an actress named Shelby Dash.
Right.
I think they just wanted to give her something more to do, but I felt like her character could have been more used as a narrative piece for the audience to understand a little bit more about Detective Fox.
Yes.
Okay.
That would have been more
It would have
enjoyable
been
as
funny
well.
too if they were eating with their hands because all the silverware is up Chip's ass.
That'd been awesome.
Street smarts. Best quote of the movie. Mine is, and it seems the more objects this guy is putting up his ass, the stronger he's getting.
I will be testing that later.
Hunch, sequel, prequel, or spinoff?
My sister has
We
a
should
hunch.
call this category something else.
Sequel, prequel, or spinoff? I don't know. I mean, make another movie. Make Snatch. Snatch Boy. Chick shoves things up her vagina. Like, what do you
Snatch Girl.
Yeah, like, where are you supposed to go with that, dude?
Rutger Hauer, the Switcher.
Oh, Detective Fox.
But also, how would you feel if Rutger Hauer played Rick Mitchum, the office manager of a small IT company?
I would just watch that movie.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
It would just be super funny if every time he came up and talked to Chip, it was just horrifying.
Chip just starts sweating immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, we're going to find that boy.
Yep. Ruck could be like constantly, has anybody seen my glasses? And that's the way Chip gets revenge on his asshole boss. He just every day takes one thing from his office and shoves it up his ass.
Just
More
love to
developed
see
time.
Rutger Hauer try to do a dance montage of welcoming.
But
and-
angry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Steal from the evidence room. The red floppy disk. Pretty cool.
Oh, that would be a nice frame piece.
All right. So I think we're going to make the DA very proud.
I think so.
This cold case appears to be solved, but should it be released to the public record or redacted from public view?
Ooh, I think it should be released to the public, especially with the budget they had. So with all that in mind, they did a nice job.
I agree.
Release the ass, baby. Kind of like you did with my revolver and my ashtray and my Rolodex and my stapler.
There's nothing to prove that was happening.
I
at the
ate about a
time.
quarter pound of your Jared. Trust me, that's all the proof I need.
Butt boy.